Hi everybody, welcome back to Growing Texas Strong YouTube channel. You have now finally made it to the second video of the 6 questions from the Mayoral Forum held on February 27th here at the Dream On Center. No more talking, let's just get right into it.
So we're going to go to the next question and you'll be the first to answer. So it says, prior to 2006, San Antonio was known for having a safe 24/7 downtown community, with many legacy restaurants open and serving our community. Since 2006, the world-class center, Haven for Hope, has been serving and changing the lives for many, but has also attracted many homeless people from other cities, many of which have been bused to San Antonio. Many of the homeless do not want to go to Haven for Hope and are refusing service, have chosen to live in our streets, and have created an unsafe environment in our already poor area of town, increasing crime and burdening the small businesses in that area. How would you, as mayor, address the homeless issue?
So this is a tough one, and I want to be very clear about the fact that we need to treat our unhoused community with compassion. A lot of them that don't want to receive services from other nonprofits or from Haven, they're dealing with substance abuse, they're dealing with mental health issues. You know, I'm sure Councilman Pelaez has been out of these abatements where we're talking to them and trying to get them into services and they just refuse. So we have to have different avenues for that. I think we have a really innovative program here in San Antonio. On the east side, we have Town Twin, where it's housing specifically for people that have been unhoused. We also offer wraparound services to make sure that they're getting better, they're getting on their feet. Whatever reason they didn't want to find that help, sometimes it's because they have an animal, and you can't take an animal always to Haven. So making sure that they are taken care of, and we're treating them with that love and compassion that they deserve as San Antonians. Having said all of that, it does take a big toll on our communities. I think we need to look at things like, we have a great program downtown Central, right, the Amigos, and they're cleaning up downtown, and they're really making sure that people feel welcome. And we have to do that at least around Haven. We have to have a team of folks working for the city that are fostering that community and cleaning it up and making sure that our businesses are not being stolen from. In a lot of places in my district, we're dealing with the unhoused that are stealing power, they're stealing water. And so having this kind of team of city employees to go out and not only make sure that our homeless are taken care of, but that they're not stealing, and we're protecting our small businesses. I think that's really key. A lot of it also is, of course, funding. And I will say I'm really grateful that we do budget surveys every year. And from the beginning of my time in office, I have not seen affordable housing as one of the top issues until the last couple of years. People are really seeing that. So focusing on affordable housing.
I was just at Haven for Hope an hour ago, talking to Kim Jeffries, who by the way is leaving. We're losing her to Las Vegas. And let me tell you what, the city of San Antonio pitches in about $5 million to the budget, to a $30 million budget. That's, including what the county does, that's only 27% of the total budget. The private sector and some state and federal monies also play a big part. But look, what we're seeing here with homelessness, in our attempt to fix it, we have to look at some of the root causes. We have to look at prevention, homeless prevention. A lot of what is happening over there is you have people that are coming over there because their parents are incarcerated, because you have child abuse, because you have, domestic violence. We also have to take a look at the root causes and not just vilify. But if we take a firm step in making sure that we bring those individuals with mental illness from the street and put them in these psych beds that are now missing, I think we can get there. We also need to be looking at other models like Houston. You have the encampment solution that they've addressed, and it seems to be working for them, where they go and they reach out to encampments and bring them all in at the same time, because those are their own communities. So we have to also look at that. But what I would suggest is that we need more funding. It needs to be better organized, and I think that the city also needs to do its part, because I don't think that 27% is enough.
I don't think that downtown is as safe as it should be, because we have police officers that arrest folks who they catch breaking the law, and we've got a district attorney who doesn't charge them and just lets them walk. We all know that's true. We have an entire army of Bexar County District Court and County Court judges who see their buddies representing some of the worst criminals who do some horrible things to people, give them a wink and a nudge, and then give them very, very low bond conditions, and then we act surprised when they go out and they repeat offend. We have an army of police officers putting their life on the line every single day out there, and they are not getting backed up in the courthouse. The overwhelming majority of people who are out there breaking the law and making San Antonio less safe than it should are people that are repeat offenders. Now we can hire all the cops that we want to hire, and we need more. We can pay for more beds, and we need more. We can pay for more social workers, and we need more. But if there are no consequences to breaking the law, right, then you are going to continue to see the law broken. I lament that there is very little the city can do until the situation at the courthouse is fixed, and until people actually start knowing what the judges' names are who are giving very low bond conditions to murderers. And you guys have seen it play out over and over and over again. We've lost officers' lives to people who were let out on bond who should not be walking the street. And nobody held anybody responsible at all. And we continue to elect the same people out there at the courthouse, and then everybody comes to the city and says, but what are you going to do to fix it? I think what needs to be fixed is the conversation.
So, last summer I spent visiting San Luis and learning about the challenges of homelessness in San Antonio. It is about 51% of San Antonians are at risk of becoming homeless. It's a reality. But here's the challenge, right? I consider having a social home, the idea of addiction, or finances. This is the trifecta that impacts the issue of homelessness in San Antonio. We have to be compassionate. We have to. But we also have to be tough on crime. When I talk about compassion, we have to double down on the efforts of low-barrier housing. What San Ministries is doing, for example. Taking in those folks that are experiencing addiction, for example, and creating rehab pathways so that we can get them off the streets. But we should also connect the dots with what is happening at Heaven for Hope and close to home. The mayor has the responsibility to use the bully pulpit and shed light on the issue of homelessness in San Antonio. With that said, I visited Golden Star not so long ago with Bo. And I saw the issues that are happening around the restaurant with VF, for example, the station. One thing that we should also do is that we need to make sure that we have presence, police presence, in abandoned buildings in downtown. Because this is where you have a lot of this crime activity happen. And people doing drugs and so on. And it feels unsafe. So hotspot policing is needed in San Antonio. Also, when walking down the Riverwalk or spending time in downtown, sometimes it feels unsafe. And as we become a more tourism-oriented downtown, which is supported by the small businesses, we gotta make sure that we have presence from our SAPD. So we must support them.
Okay, so one of the call to action that we want to maybe ask for is start by balancing the cost to serve the homelessness and the cost for cleaning up the streets and the safety of these areas. Like you mentioned, Centro, they provide a safer, friendlier community in the downtown area for the tourists, but it also offers to protect our small businesses and residents surrounding the 5 miles around Haven for Hope.
Thank you.
I really hope all of y'all enjoyed the second episode. And don't worry, there's more to come. We will have a following episode posted next Friday once again, which would be the third question. So if you liked the first one and the second one just even caught your attention even more, be ready for the third one because they are coming and I'll still be here on your screen. So thank you so much for watching and I really hope you enjoyed this video. See you at the next one. Good night. I really hope all of y'all enjoyed the second episode. And don't worry, there's more to come. We will have a following episode posted next Friday once again, which would be the third question. So if you liked the first one and the second one just even caught your attention even more, be ready for the third one because they are coming and I'll still be here on your screen. So thank you so much for watching and I really hope you enjoyed this video. See you at the next one. Good night.